Welcome to the Center for Leadership and Involvement's overview of the Blueprint Finance module. This tutorial will teach student organization leaders who will be responsible for managing the financial accounts of their organizations how to review their account balance and activity. At the University of Chicago, recognized student organizations are provided with a university account into which all funds must be deposited and from which all payments and transfers must be made. To facilitate the usage of this account, the Center for Leadership and Involvement maintains the Blueprint Finance module. This system is a key tool for student organization leaders through which they can monitor the financial health of their organization and manage their day-to-day financial operations, including reviewing past transactions, requesting new payments or new reimbursements, and requesting funding from some student government funding committees. To access the finance module, you'll need to log into Blueprint, and from there, you'll need to navigate to the Action Center. The Action Center is the place in Blueprint where you will achieve all of your management activities for your organization. The ways to get to the Action Center would be to open your student organization's public page and click Manage Organization in the top right corner, or from any page on Blueprint, you can select the icon next to your user image and select the Manage cog. From the Action Center, you'll pick your organization, and then on the left-hand side, you will get a menu of all of your actions that you can take. By default, your primary contact, president and treasurer, will have access to all these features within Blueprint. However, you can further delegate access to other members by assigning them positions through your roster. Using the Manage Positions option, for each custom position you've created, you can select whether it should have no access, all access, or limited access, whereby you can pick certain sections, including finance, where you can give no access, view access so that they can see your transactions and your balance, but not request new transactions, or full access. We would recommend limiting full access to the finance module to only those positions that need to manage the account overall, rather than allowing every member to submit their own reimbursements, for example, as this often leads to mistakes, miscommunications, and misspent funds. Once your roster is all up to date and your access is squared away, we're ready to go into the Finance menu. Within the Finance module, you can see at the top the red button to create a purchase request. That's to request a new reimbursement or payment. The blue Create Funding Request button. That's to request money from SGFC or the Community Service Fund. And then we have three informational tabs below. The first tab, which I will sort by date, includes all of the purchase requests we've submitted. So every request for payment and reimbursement. You can see the amount, if it was approved, the date, the status, and the stage. You can click into these for more information. You can see all the details that were submitted, as well as copies of any receipts or documentation that were attached. This is a great way to go back and take a look at your history and see if you're holding an event again that you've done before, where did you buy your items, how much did they cost. Those receipts will all be available for you in the system to review. The second tab is similar. It's the Funding Request tab, and this is the same, just with your requests for funding. Again, you can click in for further details and actually take a look at the line item budgets that were submitted for previous events so that you don't have to start a budget from scratch if it's a recurrence from a previous year. Finally, there's the Accounts tab where you can see your balance and available balance. We're going to drill down here by clicking on the organization name to get the full details. This page is your great snapshot of what's going on with your account. This is where I would consider the best place to come take a look before you're planning to spend new funds or as you start to plan what you might need to request for funding. The three figures at the top of the screen are very important as well. The balance is the amount of money that Blueprint records that you have on account. Any money listed in encumbered funds means items that you have recently submitted that have been reviewed and approved but haven't actually been paid out of your account yet. And then finally, available funds is a synthesis of those two figures. So your available funds is your go-to information. This is how much money you've got, less the amount of money you've already committed to other things, and it's truly what should be available. Underneath this, we can see there are two tabs. We have our Requests tab. This is the purchase requests and the funding requests all in one go. It's a great place to take a look through without having to click between funding requests and purchase requests. But we also have what's called the Transactions tab. The Transactions tab is what functions as essentially the ledger for your Blueprint account. This page includes only completed transactions, so nothing that was resubmitted or rejected is here. This is only completed transactions, and it reflects all the activity that has affected your balance. This does include the transactions from your purchase requests and funding requests, but it also includes various imported transactions that were not initiated by you in Blueprint. These imported transactions are uploaded by our office on a weekly basis and include items like cash deposits that you've made to the Financial Operations Office, or any transfers of funds to or from other university departments, and services that you've used, like photocopying in the Student Activities Center or AV rentals from the Reynolds Club. These imported items that are not initiated by you are updated weekly so that you can check regularly for details and get an updated balance, not just see the things that you're requesting directly. So this is a great place to come. If you're not sure why your balance went down, the place to start would be here on the transactions page, and you can see each item, how much it was, what the available balance was after it was calculated. And then within these, you can click for more detailed information. Again, it was a reimbursement, who it was to. If it's associated with a purchase request, you can also jump into the purchase request directly here on the right side for even more details. But for example, these imported transactions, again, aren't affiliated with a request. So the first step would be to check the transaction details. For this item, we can see it lists September copy charges. That seems pretty straightforward. But some of the other transactions may have just an invoice number or something of that nature. If you have questions about individual transactions, you can always reach out to the Financial Operations Office, and they can tell you exactly what those items are that have posted to your account. So that's all the components of the finance module. It's not all that complicated on the face, and it provides a lot of function for you, and it's going to be a key tool for especially a treasurer for an organization. We hope you'll take some time to join us for our additional training modules on the details of creating and reviewing a purchase request, as well as SGFZ and funding requests.